Think you know what way it's going to go?
Make your bet at Sports Interaction.
Whether it's World Cup, hockey, football, or basketball, Sports Interaction has you covered.
Bet pregame, live and play, or one of our many prop bets.
Sports Interaction makes it easy to deposit, play, and cash out.
Join now and see all sports betting has to offer.
Wanna bet? Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN.
That's sportinteraction.com/SDPN.
19 plus, please play responsibly.
She scores!
Take a moment to look up at the ceiling. You're about to bust through it.
SDPN, the PWHPA and Sports Interaction
Wanna bet?
presents hockey like you've never heard it before. The Knoxy and Kax Show with Liz Knox and Karell Emard.
Let's get it. Go.
Welcome back to Knoxy Kax on SDPN. Kax and I are so excited to bring you our first ever holiday special. And joining us to talk about her holiday traditions, some upcoming showcases, and get into some holly jolly fun, the sunshine of the PWHPA herself from Team Harvey's, Jessie Eldridge.
Woo!
Yay!
Yay, Jessie!
Thanks for coming on today.
It's been great.
I love that we're all in our festive attire. Kax, I would like to see yours before we get too far into
Right when we start, hey? So I thought I would, knowing Jessie and how much she loves Christmas, I thought I'd be a little elf today. So I went all out. I got the heads, the suit, and the hat, guys. What about you, Knoxy? Just there's the sweater.
Well,
I see some lights there. Look at you.
It's getting lit like me.
I
and it has
think it represents you very well, too.
Exactly. Ho, ho, ho.
On the other side, though, Jessie, I'm not sure the Grinch is the perfect representation of your holiday spirit. I don't know.
I'm, trying to get a little bit of that in my life. Get myself when I need to.
I love it.
Great. Okay, so let's get to you, Jessie Eldridge. Tell us a little bit first about yourself, maybe where you played before college, how you decided on college, and possibly even Kax's role in that, because I hear there might be a story there.
Yeah, I grew up playing mostly with the boys. I feel like that's a common answer for all of us, hopefully changing in the future. But stayed in Barrie for a while and got to grade 10. My mom had enough of me, so she shipped me off to Toronto.
Lisa said, "Show bye, Jessie."
She was when you're not behaving as a kid, and they're like, "Smarten up, or I'm sending you off to boarding school." It happened. So we moved down there. I played for the Toronto Arrows for 3 years, and that's when I learned that going to college for hockey was even a thing.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking.
Okay, wait. You said one thing. You said we move. Is it just you or?
Oh, just me. Plural.
Yeah.
Me.
Plural. You. Okay. Just wanted to.
It's me, Jessie, and my mom called me Hannah because she said I had 2 lives. The best of both worlds, one in Barrie and one in Toronto. So Hannah and I guess, moved.
You're the OG Hannah Montana.
I love it.
Yeah, she was funny. And went on a couple of visits, and one of my visits was to Colgate University, where I was actually tutored by Kax.
You were toured around by Kax?
Yeah.
So I used to work at Colgate, as you all know, and worked for 3 years there. And yes, Jessie, I took my favorite player to give Jessie and her parents a tour as well too. So, you take the kid on campus and everything and try to sell out the campus.
Kax,
I think it went well.
You're old, man.
Well, it worked.
Shut up. Jesus. Jessie, let's go back to you. So on that note, did I do well or was it bad?
Amazing. I mean, it sold me. I was so excited to be able to be coached by Kax, and as soon as I showed up, she left actually. So didn't get a day.
That's a lot. Wow. Okay, let's be honest though. Greg and Josh were amazing as well too, and obviously, Colgate is sold itself. It's such a nice campus and everything. And then hopefully the girls that were there, was it Parker and Rando? I'm pretty sure it was.
And Gas, that was when my
and Gas. Yeah, that were there too to give you the tour. So, anyways, I don't think it was just me, but I needed out of coaching at that time. I appreciate you still going to Colgate, and not refusing to, I guess, go because I went.
Yeah,
I left.
It was close. It was close. I almost had to change.
Shut up. It's okay. I redeemed myself afterwards. So we'll learn on that. That side of things. But how was, were you always kind of like, I know I gave you the tour and you knew right away whatever you said. But were you always going to go to Colgate? Was it the number one pick, or you had a couple of visits and stuff in the NCAA world?
It's a good question. I think one of my biggest weaknesses in life is that I can't say no. And I'm pleased very easily. So I feel like everywhere I walked into and you got the sales pitch, it was so believable. And so you leave every place, you're like, wow, that place is amazing. And you go to the one that's like, that's amazing. And then having to be like, say no to people, was tough for me. But I think Colgate, I knew some of the girls that were already there. So I had that comfort level. And just couldn't say no to Fargs. I guess that's it. He was the scariest one on the phone. I was like, okay, cool.
Was he really? I was going to ask, like, who was the scariest to say no to, I guess?
I don't know.
Those are stories too.
Yeah,
there's some good ones out there.
Actually, I had very good experiences with that, and everyone was really understanding. And Fargs was definitely not scary. He's the opposite of that. So
I know.
No, it was definitely the best decision I made.
Well, I'm glad. Oh, Rupert wanted to chime in there too. I'm glad that Kax coerced you into going to school that you ended up loving. I hear there's a shoe story. I'm curious to know what this is.
Yeah, Kax loves this story.
I love it because I wasn't there to actually experience it, but I'd love for you to tell the whole world about this beautiful situation and how way too nice you are of a human to say anything. So please go ahead.
Kax likes to comment on my big feet all the time too. So
okay, time out. I'm not acting as a bully or anything here. I think it's such an advantage on the ice too. Like you think you can squeeze the puck in between Jessie's feet, and then it's like, oh, no, and then it stops everything. And every time she cuts a pass, every time she cut a pass last year, and I think in practice, I was like, big feet, like cheering. So anyways, it has nothing to do with the...
Okay, I do have big feet.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have size 11, which is... It's hard to find shoes anywhere. I mean, her point is valid. But on my first day at Colgate, I walked in and the whole locker room had all of our new stuff in it. And our shoe cubbies had all of our nice Nike shoe boxes. And my mom went in and she was opening each one and she thought it was the coolest thing ever. And she gets to my box, she opens it and she starts laughing. And I was like, oh, what's so funny? She goes, your feet are so big that you're the only one with a different style shoe. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to go with it. I put them on. They were pretty big. But
and just before, okay, one time out. All of the girls have like white shoes, like maroon color Colgate, whatever. And Jessie had
they're different, very noticeably. When you walk into the room and we're going for our first workout as a team, it's like, wow, your shoes are not the same.
I'm picturing like neon orange, like something just completely out of left field.
They were
fully black.
They were just noticeably a different style.
Yeah.
But I feel like you get to campus, I feel like even females in sport, when we get something, we're like, be grateful. This is what you get.
Yeah.
And go with it. So I put them on. They felt a little big, but at the same time, I'm just grateful for the opportunity and for my new shoes. So we do fitness testing all week. I'm running in these like 1.5 mile tests, beat tests. We're working out. And I'm like, these are just hurting. They're not good. I'm slipping, whatever. You just go with it. And it was probably 2.5 months later, my teammate walked out and noticed Josh Skiba, the coach of Union now, had the shoes on that looked like the rest of the girls' shoes. And he was like, Jess, like, I don't understand what's going on. Why are your shoes the same as Fargo's and Josh is the same as the rest of the team? So they switched the box and they gave me a men's size 11 and him the women's size 11.
And he didn't say anything either. Like, that's Josh too, right there. Like
his toes were absolutely smashed along the end of it too.
You just kept wearing them. I love it.
That's
clever. So 3 months before you even said something, feet killing everything.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said anything.
So did you guys swap them back?
Oh yeah, Josh took them all.
You sweated through.
Yeah, it was all good. We made it.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well, if I had those shoes, I would have had 2 canoes to paddle home in. So that's
seriously.
At least you made them work.
Yeah, I guess so.
11 men. And then like Josh never even realized it. I just can't, like, I would have noticed right away, I feel like. And you should have said something. I understand being grateful and everything, but those are like two size too big.
Yeah, it was
No?
different. Yeah, I agree. These are things we learn.
Looking back now.
Gosh, Jessie.
Now I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's funny. Well, and anybody who knows you knows that you're just like the kindest, nicest person. So we can totally all see you just being like, oh, this is, it'll work. I'll make it work. It's fine. Meanwhile, two sizes too big. So you did 4 years at Colgate then. And what year did you join the PWHPA?
It would have been the fall of 2019.
Okay,
so the very first year.
Oh, yeah.
So you've seen every step and phase of the PWHPA.
CWHL folded the spring before I was supposed to come out. So I was, day one out of college was first showcase.
And had you kind of like had a plan for after college before, obviously, the CWHL folded?
Not entirely, because I hadn't been part of the national program at all. So my first camp was also fall of 2019.
Wow.
So at one point I was thinking of going, staying in the States to play, or even looking at Europe. But then when that all happened, I had no idea what I was going to do until I went to that camp and was talking to the girls there about how it works if you're graduated and part of the national program.
Yeah. And so talk us through that, because that's really, really cool. Like, I know Kax and I, like, we were both in the national team program through college, or like kind of had an idea that was possibly an avenue for us. So you got picked up after college by the senior national team. And had you had any experience prior to that, you thought maybe that door was opening for you?
No, I thought it was pretty closed. I went to one.
I love that. Wait, it was pretty closed.
It felt pretty locked, but
well, did
you found the combination and opened that lock? Like, it was beautiful. Okay, so just before you go, because yes, originally, like usually you go through your provincial team, U18s, U22, and you get a little bit of an experience in terms of camps and anything. So, were you on Team Blue or Red or any type of like Ontario team as well too, Jessie? Remind me.
No, never made Team Ontario.
See? So,
wow.
Exactly. You're talking to Jessie Eldridge, who's now on the senior team in general program, sorry. And then our very, very first experience. I remember my first experience as a U22 being a little baby, and it was nerve-wracking as heck. So please tell me how it was at your first camp there. Showed up with shoe 11s, or you had right shoes on and everything? How was that?
The shoes were the right fit, thankfully.
Okay, good.
U18s, I got invited to a conditioning camp. I didn't even make it out of that. I didn't get on the ice for the August camp. So I think they cut a couple, and it was just like, no. And so that was my little experience I had. But then I actually went to the development camp in August after I graduated as my little tryout with the program to see if they were going to invite me to the senior team. So I was an overager at the camp.
Right.
And that went well. Got invited to, it was in Nova Scotia that year. And I have no idea any of the girls. So at this point, I didn't have a plan for the year. And I went to the camp, and my roommates were Laura, Stacy, and Jill Saunier.
Not bad. That's a good deal right there.
Now at it, but Laura Stacy, her senior game at was playing at Dartmouth, final college game ever. She's speeding down the wing as always, and I tripped her. Blatantly tripped her, slides on the boards, breaks both of her wrists.
So that was your junior year?
You were the one who tripped her?
No, that was my freshman year.
Oh God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this was your first time kind of like being around her.
So she was super pumped to see you.
Well, you know how nice she is. Like it wasn't.
Oh my God, you're that kid.
It wasn't talked about once the entire time. And she was just so welcoming. But I remember we were on the bus on our way and we got our roommates list, and it popped up, and it was like Laura Stacy, and I text my family, and I'm already so nervous my first camp. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, is she going to say something or whatnot? So that was in the back of my head too. But no, they were, the best. We had a blast. But yeah, I got there and I just started talking to them about what they do, where their setup was, and they're both in Montreal. So it was at the end of camp. They said, the national team said, we need to know where you're going to be living and training this year. And I said, well, Montreal sounds pretty fun. And by the end of that week, I was in my car moving. I had no idea anyone who lived there. I didn't have a place to live, but this
is when Jill Sonia called me. This is exactly when Jill Sonia, actually, no, you live on your own. It was the second year you ended up.
I lived in for a little with Rosalie Demers' family, who I went to Colgate.
Yeah, that's right.
Only people I knew remotely close to Montreal. It was a 50-minute drive, but I was like, hey, can I come stay at your house for a little bit? And so that was great. But the second year I moved in with Kax.
Yeah, that was
lucky you.
So the second year it was like prime COVID, basically, like nothing was open or anything. And thank God Jessie was in my house with me. It was Jessie and I and Winston. And then on the third floor of our building was actually like Jill was living there too. So we had some kind of like a full on house full of like the PWHPA players. Sam was there as well too. And then, it was like kind of like a little hub, I'd say, during COVID of basically you guys going to mini camps and having to like stay in and do nothing and, making sure that the girls could go and train. That year was like, I don't know how challenging it was.
Yeah.
First of all, you did really well at the development camp to then keep going in the programs and everything. And then it was a year of mini camps everywhere. So you guys were gone like every 3 weeks almost.
Yeah. And then it was like isolating before that time. And it was stressful for the entire world. It was wild.
So this year is kind of like your first year normal, I guess.
Like last summer, I feel like it was my first summer out of college in Montreal to actually see the city and do things.
See the city, train, and it's nuts. Like when you think about it, like just people readapting, like what to do. You were talking about that, Knoxy, like you have a plan when you graduate, you know where to train, where to like skate, who's going to take care of everything. So you came to Montreal knowing or thinking that you'd have all of that set up. We got lucky for like the first couple years because we were able to keep skating a little bit during COVID even. But like last summer, so 3 years later or 2.5, whatever, you now are figuring out yourself in terms of this is what I need to do during the summer. This is who I need to skate with, my skill sessions, power skating, whatever. Like that's not easy, Jessie. It's like props to you on, keeping it going and like believing in what you need to do without even experiencing it. Like you're experiencing it all after college, which is what we do during college, technically. So I don't know. I feel like that's my personality too, is very spontaneous and a lot of go with the flow. So, and I feel like, we lost control of our lives for a couple of years when we couldn't leave or do anything. Everyone was telling us what to do. So I give credit to kind of that side of me too, for making it through. And hopefully we're on the other side of it.
I can imagine, especially, I don't know if our listeners will truly appreciate how rare it is to like enter in the national team program after college. Like, especially now when they have like U16 and like U12 for all I know. I don't know because I'm like nearly 40, but it's like they pick these kids up like in their teens to groom them into being national team players. And like from the day that a young girl, U16, U18 puts on Team Canada jersey, they believe I'm going to play on the Olympic team one day. Mm-hmm. And fortunately for some of them, they do. And unfortunately for others, they don't. But they have that dream kind of ingrained in them and a little bit of resources put into them. But to come out of 4 years of NCAA college hockey thinking like, the dream's done. And then that summer, you go to national team camp. I assume you kind of had to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, I think even looking at from that moment to right now, the bit of journey that it's been through that, I feel like has been really unique in that sense. But I don't know. I'm really grateful for it because as much as how competitive we are, when you're in it, you want to be fully in it. But kind of like you said, taking that step back and realizing and unpacking what has even happened at that time. It is crazy for sure.
Amazing. And so I would assume then maybe that the Olympics are on your radar now.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate goal, but I think it's also hopefully we can kind of change our look if we have this new league up and coming. So that's not the end all be all for female hockey. And I know I was fortunate enough that I did get picked up from the national program after college, because I know girls who had so much skill at the same time graduated as me have kind of stopped and do other things now, only because they weren't given that opportunity to continue training. So,
and that's the sad reality of women's hockey as of today, even. And that's why we're pushing for that. You're right. And I just, you on the, like another note too, like you had your first experience at Worlds, right? This past Worlds. How was it? Talk to us about it. How was the feeling of, putting the jersey on and going in that tournament? 2022 then as a year as a whole was pretty wild. And going from, one ups and downs, for sure.
Kind of like an extreme low to the ultimate high in a short amount of months. The months kind of after being released from the Olympic team was a lot of self-reflection and trying to get through that. So putting in that same amount of work and getting back to that camp or for Worlds, I think was a lot of stress and pretty nerve-wracking. But I remember just walking into the room when they were picking the team and the feeling, the excitement, but also just like being able to breathe again and the weight off your shoulders of being like, okay, I got this, I can do this. And it's almost like adding to the fire within me to want to keep going. Cause we love hockey, but when you have those speed bumps along the way and how difficult it can be to pick yourself back up. But I feel like that was a big part, even before we got to Denmark. That was the fun stuff. You just go and you play hockey with a bit more on the line than I guess I've ever had the opportunity to play for. But it was also a team that was pretty unstoppable for the year. So, if you went and did your job, that the success was going to be there.
Well, I love that you keep such a humble mindset about it. I think that's probably part of why, you find yourselves in these positions of opportunity, and you've done great things with the national team, done great things with the PWHPA as well. I do want to get to some fun Christmas questions.
And then we'll get back to the Barrie situation. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think part of this, if I'm guessing, is that you have a good, strong family that you come from that has kept you level-headed, even keel. So I want to talk a little bit about some of your holiday traditions. And Kax, maybe we'll just go back and forth, like rapid fire, but not rapid. Just
okay. Yeah. Take your time to answer them and give us details and describe how Lisa and Dwayne and Kyle are involved in all this. Now Bo too. Okay. So we want to know all about you.
Yeah. Is he around?
Yeah, he's pretty mad at me. I got neutered on Monday, so that was his Christmas present this year.
He's wearing the cone, isn't he?
No, I gave him a onesie. I was like, okay, we'll make up for it a bit. But yeah, he's drugged up. It's so nice.
Poor guy.
So nice. He's super calm and chill now. You know what to do. Okay. Okay. You start, I start.
You start.
Okay. Jessie, what is your favorite holiday tradition? You can have a couple.
Yeah, I think it maybe not a specific tradition, but just what we do around Christmas is just a lot of gatherings. And sometimes it's the only time we get to see certain family or friends. So it's Christmas is an excuse or a reason to come together. I think that's the most special part of the holiday for me.
Love that. What is the best gift you've ever given or received?
Well, the gift I bought for myself last year was the dog, so I'd have to go with Bo.
Good answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a lot of great gifts. My friend for 1 year got me a nice popcorn machine. I'm like a huge popcorn fan. Had my name on it. It was like little movie theater. It was just so me, and this is going to be used way too much, but it's perfect.
That's amazing.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, that's a good one. Now, a little bit more of a serious question, but not really. eggnog or coffee / hot chocolate and Bailey's. So which one do you choose? Eggnog or?
So my mom makes homemade Baileys every Christmas.
Wow.
Yes.
We got the answer. Lisa for the win.
It's absolutely, it's got raw eggs in it. So we're like, oh, we're having a protein shake.
What?
Yeah.
We need the recipe.
That what Bailey's is made of?
Yeah. So I don't even know if we put coffee or hot chocolate with it, but just the Baileys.
I forgot about that, but we did have some that year. Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
You did bring some home.
Amazing.
That's the best answer.
So jealous.
Lisa for the win. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe we can get the recipe. Unless
yeah.
it's like a family secret.
Yeah. It's okay.
Oh, no, definitely not.
Okay. If she wants to share, we'll take it and put it up here. That'd be awesome.
What are your top 3 holiday / Christmas movies?
The Grinch, Jim Carrey version, not the newer one.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Elf.
Yeah.
And the Polar Express.
Oh,
That's a nice one. That's a really well done one, actually.
I just feel like those 3 you also can put on in the background. You really know what's happening, but just hearing it while we're baking or cooking or something, not having to sit down. You
can find some like little sneaky jokes here and there too. I feel like Grinch, I always find I'm like, oh my God, that's a good one. Like all the time. Okay. Best Christmas song. Yeah.
Do They Know It's Christmas by Band-Aid? Do you know that song?
Ooh.
It's actually quite depressing when you listen.
Yes, it is. I was going to say, are you serious?
I don't know. One year at school, I was in the talent show and I was playing the chimes. And I just like remember how good I was at like eating every and that song, now that it goes on, I can like still see it in my head and I play. And
the one hand, eh? Yeah, that was very
musical talent.
Brings back fond memories of Jessie Eldridge on the chimes.
I was like, nailed it. Yes.
Okay, would you rather go tobogganing or build a snow fort / snowman?
You know, tobogganing is great until you have to walk back up the hill. So I feel like I'm more the snowman.
Nice.
It fits Olaf too.
Yeah, there you go.
We all say that Jessie is like Olaf. She gives big hugs and has so much love to give.
I love
That's
Olaf.
what she is.
Aww.
Okay, last one. So our Team Harvey's slogan is "Have it your way," right? So if you could have Christmas dinner your way, what's on your plate?
It's on my plate. Well, my dad's taken over the turkey making, which is also so funny because he's going to get mad at me because I know he's going to listen to this. But like the one thing he does every Christmas or Thanksgiving, and he has to mention it multiple times a day that he's making the turkey. So my brother and I have, it's behind his back, not anymore, I guess, but have made this into a drinking game. And it's every time he mentions that he made anything to do with the turkey, we drink. So I feel like that's a staple now. We have to have that on our plate.
So you got a good buzz going by the time dinner hits the table.
Oh, yeah. By 10 a.m., we're like, oh, boy.
All right, Dwayne, we know.
Oh, geez, no.
Turkey, okay.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't changed our plate in our house in forever, for as long as I can remember, and it's just perfect. There's stuffing, potatoes, turnip, beets.
Okay.
A couple of vegetables on there, but not too many.
Yeah. You want to get the turkey coma. That's I feel like that's the purpurpose of these holiday dinners. Is like put yourself.
What's the dessert with it though? Do you make cookies?
Yeah.
Is there Lisa cookies?
So I wouldn't say a specific kind, but a whole bunch of mini cookies and treats.
Wow.
They're the best. Knoxy, she lived with me for a year. That must have gained 10 pounds. No joke. No, just kidding. It wasn't that bad. But the cookies were fabulous.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, they're so good. Ask anyone. She gives them away sometimes. And it's actually, you know what? Best gift to give. I think your cookies would be one of those.
Good to know. I haven't made this to the rink in a while.
Wow.
Okay. I'll be there.
There I know. There you go. Next Tuesday.
I'm sure your folks are listening. And lucky for them, we're going to be in Barrie in like a couple months. So maybe if there's some cookies left over,
Cookies and Baileys for Knoxy.
And I'm just saying, if they're looking for someone to, get rid of them too, I would happily take them.
I'm sure.
You'll have to make a post.
Yeah.
You'll have to give some credit there, Knoxy.
Yeah, my mom will write you a card that'll say LOL every 3 words.
Does she know that it means laugh out loud?
Yeah, and when she thinks something's really funny, she goes LOL like multiple times because she thinks that's laughing a lot.
That's all right. My mom, for the longest time, thought LOL meant lots of love. So it would be like, your dad's sick. LOL.
Why is that funny?
Like, oh, hilarious, Mom.
Oh, no.
That's even better.
Oh, that's cute.
So as I mentioned, we are going back to Barrie, hosted in partnership with our OHL tour stop. So the Barrie Colts are hosting us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your excitement to get back to your hometown?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an incredible day. That rink, my mom actually worked there for many years. She tells me it's because I was such a hard baby that she needed nights to get out of the house. So she'd go to every home game. And she ended up doing it for a number of years. And when people would walk in, they would say, here, we have 2 extra tickets tonight. So Saturday nights, we'd wait at home and she'd call and say, there's extra tickets at the door. And we'd jump in the car with Dad and go. So that's that rink has a ton of memories in there. And I always wanted to be a Colt growing up. That was the thing. And so just being able to actually play on that rink, not just a Timbits intermission game. I've done that a couple times, but it's going to be so cool. And I think I have so much support at home from friends and family that have watched my career for the X number of years. So to be able to have the opportunity where they can actually come out and live. And I told my parents they better start selling tickets, and they're all on the marketing committee for this one. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I love it.
I can't wait.
We need to have a stand for Lisa's Baking. I mean, I feel like this is like a perfect opportunity.
Sometimes that hockey mom comes to the bottom of the stairs with their homemade bake for sure.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah. No, my dad actually he's coaching the Bantam AA team in Barrie, the Sharks, and the PWHL team.
Oh, wow.
So, he's doing both. He's pretty much running the organization right now. So he's a staple in the women's hockey community here more than me. So I think they
family is
fired up, which is, kind of like next week being able to do a camp for the girls. I laugh about it because he's like, this would be a great idea. And he's like, but I'm working all week. So you got this. I'm like, okay, you're right. But I think just to get out with them too.
Wait.
I love that.
He just offloaded a camp on you?
Well, yeah, I feel like it's just a mini camp, and I was like, this is perfect timing to get the girls all fired up for our game too. But it was like, we're going to run it through the junior Sharks. I said, that's amazing. And he's like, but I work all week. I said, okay.
So he organized it. He planned it all out, booked everyone, promoted it, and then said,
he's got a lot of good ideas.
Okay. So he put it kind of together and said maybe, and then he said, and then he posted and you saw it, or you got the...
Thankfully, there's some people above him in this organization to keep them together, but it'll be
That's
good.
amazing. It's amazing, actually, that he continues to give back to girls hockey. I mean, I think a lot of us grew up, playing for our teammates' dads, mostly.
Yeah, for sure. I actually was never coached by him. Maybe
really?
That was my question, yeah. You've never played for him?
I coached me for 1 year, and I think we got a fight on the bench one time. And I was like, you stay with the defense. Don't come down here. We have a forwards coach. And it didn't last long. But I think he was with the boys' side of it, too. But he's so good with the girls. And today he was like, can you go pick up a whole bunch of candy for their gingerbread contest tonight? And so he does all that stuff. But no, even our game, he's so committed to this team that this game gets announced February 11th. We're in Barrie. Exciting. He goes, oh shoot, we play in Brampton at that time. I go, Dad, I'm playing a professional hockey game at the Sadlin Arena, and you can move that game. He's like, well, I'll see. I got to be there for the girls.
Oh.
So anyways, they did get it changed. The whole team was started sending emails to the organization saying that they wanted to be a part of the day, and it was really cute to see them do that, but he's all in. He's like, no, we got a game, Brampton. Sorry, Jess.
That's amazing. Showing his commitment to the game.
Yeah.
I love that. Did he, question random a little, but did he coach against you while you weren't in Toronto?
That's true. Because after I left to go, the reason I left from Barrie was because they didn't have a junior team here.
Okay.
And about, I think 2 years into my time in Toronto, they added a junior team and he started coaching. And because I remember it was like, do you want to go back home? But I had my place in Toronto, my team, my friends, and I was like, no, I want to stay where I am. So I played against him, I think twice. And I'll never forget where leaving the corner, I tripped one of his girls and he's screaming at the referee to call penalty. I'm like, Dad, like, come on. I know it's
Eldridge girl.
Like, yeah. He's like, Raph, that's a trip. Come on. Like, are you kidding me?
Number 9, she's dirty.
Yeah.
So we get where you get your competitiveness, I guess, eh?
Yeah, I guess so. He's not holding back even for me.
And I just kind of blurted out your number. Is there a reason behind wearing number 9?
My brother wore it first in the family.
Nice.
And then I wanted to be just like him. But then at one point in my career, it was like I changed my number every year. Because I was not really committed to it. I was 10, 15, 92, went all over the place. But then for Colgate, I had to choose one. And I actually picked 9 out of a hat.
No way.
Oh, that's so cool.
I think these are like 5 or 6 that were left or they were given to me to choose from. And I put them in a hat on the way to practice one day and 9 came out. So there it is.
That's cool.
I guess so.
And then you stuck with it through the PWHPA. I feel like now it's a staple. Is that what you were at the national team?
My first year in the PWHPA, I was 13.
Why 13, Jessie? Tell us the 13.
Colgate's lucky number. But also...
Wait, can you tell me? You probably know it by heart. Can you tell me why 13 is so lucky for Colgate?
Colgate was founded by 13 men on 13 acres and $13 and 13 prayers.
13 prayers.
So now it's like lucky.
Well done.
But the thing about the first year at the PW is we all just chose our numbers. It didn't matter how many were on the same team. Every Colgate girl wore 13. So there was one game, there was like 6 girls on the ice, all with 13 on it.
Yeah,
you remember that year? It was like blue and white.
Yeah.
Knoxy?
Oh, I fucking remember it. I had to commentate one of those games, and I was like, I don't freaking know. There's 10 13s out here.
Zalewski, Larson, like all of them.
Like, my brain was freaking exploding.
Yeah, and we got traded every week, and I didn't play one showcase with Montreal that year.
That's so sad. I will say that. Jessie did not play one.
It was a new kid every weekend got shipped off to a new team. I played with every team that year.
It really did seem like a good idea at the time. Looking back,
and then we learned from it.
Yeah, we learned very quickly. I think it was one showcase we're like, okay, this cannot happen anymore.
This is awful. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So then that was just the 1 year that you wore 13, and then you moved back to number 9.
But I also was 13 before I moved to Montreal, and like Karell was around and running practices. I was like, I need to get this number off my back.
Yeah.
I did not do it justice with her here.
Well, Kim Deschênes was wearing 9 and you're too nice. And I think that's why.
Well, this year, Rich, I mean, I knew she was a Team Harvey's girl. I would have given it up for her.
Yeah, but now she's wearing 27. So
I know.
It's kind of
I approve. And actually, I wanted to talk about this because I kind of heard like a little rumor through the rumor mill about numbers on the national team. Can you explain to kind of our listeners, because we don't really retire numbers like in women's hockey. It's very, very rare that we retire a number. And the national team, I don't think they retire. Have they? I don't think they do.
It's just more of, do you really want to wear this number?
Right.
Do you really want to wear 22?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when Laura Stacey started the national team program, like I played with Sherry Piper, and she was the only number 7. In the national team. It was like, you never touched it. But then it was like, there's like conversations that happen between players, and it's like, is it okay? And it's really interesting because there's no written code. There's no retiring.
No, I think when a player wears it and goes to the Olympics, or I don't know how long, you have to wait a full cycle before that number is able to be worn again.
There you go. Unwritten code.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
I like it.
That's fair.
It's important to have traditions. You only have so many numbers to pick from too. So 100%. It's like,
but I think
retired all the good ones, there'd be nothing.
If you go like my first event, you don't get to choose. It's more like if you become a part of the team or for centralization, we got to choose then.
Yeah. I remember because, that happened to Clarky too. She was 36 or 39, I think, at first, and then switched to 26.
Yeah.
And then you were 55, no?
5, yeah.
Something crazy. Yeah, 55.
Double nickel.
55 to 9. Did you like 55? I kind of liked it.
Apparently, people liked it on me, just bolder number. There's not a lot of single digits now.
Yeah.
They're
I saw
rare. I don't know.
90.
The biggest, 92 this week. The biggest reason with 9 was just kind of I'd worn it for so long and just went with it, I guess.
Niner, it's your number. It's your nickname.
That was my nickname at school.
Really? At Colgate?
Yeah, Niner.
Niner.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think anyone can call me something else than that for my entire time there.
I like double nickel a little better, but we can stick with Niner.
Yeah, double nickel's good. Yeah. And then Lacasse is trying to make Ridgie, I think.
That can't work.
Eldridge. Ridgie. It's like, what?
Reggie. He still does it.
Oh, yeah.
It's trying. Okay, we want to test. I really had fun kind of outlining this Christmas edition that we're doing here. We want to test your Don't Forget the Lyrics. I actually originally named this section, Come On, Karell. Like caroling.
Why'd you change it?
I was worried about my delivery on that title.
She's the creative one out of us. And sometimes she says things, and I'm like, where is this coming from?
No, I don't even know why you second guessed that one.
Yeah.
Come on, Karell. Let's go. I love it.
God, I'm trying now.
You're running this whole thing by yourself. I'm not doing any of these lyrics.
Well, I'm not going to sing it. Like
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to give it a tone. You can't.
No,
actually, no, it's going to give it away.
Yeah.
If you
exactly.
do, that's true.
Exactly.
Good
and
point.
I'm missing my pitch pipe, so I can't like get this in the tune of C. Anyways, you're going to finish the lyrics. I'm going to give you like 3 lines, 3 bars, if you will, and then you're going to try to fill in the last line. I think I went pretty easy on you.
Well, these are tough though, because sometimes when you're singing a song, you actually don't know word for word. You just go with it.
Especially
you guys do that in English too?
Because it's like like the one that's in every commercial, but like is it
if you got the two, no one's going to question you.
Exactly. Okay. Bonus point if you can give us the artist.
Okay.
Oh.
Starting us off. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents.
Underneath the Christmas tree.
Wow!
Ooh, ding 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 ding. I need a sound effects button so I can.
I thought you were going to stop after the first one. I got nervous.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to you. You got to figure out where we are in the song. Although I think it's the same. I don't know if that's the same whole song. I'd have to go back and look. Okay. Number 2.
Wait. Bonus point if you knew who it was. Oh, wait.
Is that the Mariah Carey?
Yeah, you win.
It's hard without the whole tune. And
I know. Okay. Number 2. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, to save me from tears,
I'll give it to someone special.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, artist is going to be tricky on that one, though. I feel like these songs are all remade, too.
Yeah, but this one,
Oh, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I know who sings this. This is the bonus point was like a spur of the moment thing that I was just giving you.
I'm sorry, Winnie is on fire. He wants you to get this song. Christmas.
Well, he's trying to give me the name.
Yeah.
Well, a couple people sing. Actually, you're right. A couple people. I was listening to it just now, but a couple different artists are singing this one.
Remakes everything.
The version I know is. Can I say it?
Yes.
Is Wham.
Okay. Yeah, I would never have guessed that.
But Ariana Grande took it. And
she took it. It's hers now.
Ariana Grande takes everything, makes it better.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
Now this one, I don't know if you'll get a bonus point because I don't really know if there is an artist, but we'll
I
just
didn't
go
even know
with
this
it.
song.
Okay.
You're a vile one, Mr. Grinch. You have termites in your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a...
Oh boy. Crocodile.
Close. It was close. Seasick crocodile.
Oh,
Mr.
that's
Grinch.
one. That doesn't just Jim Carrey sing that?
I will give you the point for that because, yes, Jim Carrey is the only Grinch that I will accept.
There you
I
go.
tried to watch the most recent Disney one, and
It's tough. It's cute because there's a little hockey player, but
yeah,
It's different.
just doesn't hit the same
It's
way.
another version, guys. It's okay.
No, we want it the old way. Okay.
quick change.
Yeah, there's two things we hate: change and the way things are. In the spirit of gift giving, let's say you have an unlimited budget, Jessie Eldridge. What would you buy each of these members of the PWHPA? Kax, you want to go first?
First up, Marie-Philippe Poulin.
One gift.
One gift.
Ooh.
Unlimited budget.
I feel like everyone knows how much she likes maple syrup. So that would probably be like a sugar shack.
Oh, that's... You didn't just go for the maple syrup can. You went for, you're going to create this thing and produce it.
Speaking of me being able to go over and get a whole meal at a sugar shack in the spring. And
I really think she should own one. Yeah.
I agree.
And we can help her manage it. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
love
to
it.
taste testers.
Yeah.
You have
absolutely,
to have those.
Jessie.
Okay,
That's
what
great.
about unlimited budget still? You haven't spent all your money on the sugar shack yet. Jana Hefford.
Trina. Well, I feel like she's done continues to do so much for her. It'd just be like 10,000 hands. Just as she does everything already, but now it's like more so that she can continue to do in the same amount of time.
Jessie Eldridge is getting you employees for Christmas.
There you go.
More
Yes.
than just the
They're
five.
elves. They're little
I
elves.
like that.
Yeah.
That works.
You can do
I like it.
anything you want.
Okay. I think it's funny that I'm asking this for that one. So what would you buy for the referees?
For the referees, oh boy. I feel like they've been pretty nice to me this year. They'd probably be on my nice list so far.
Santa stocking here.
Yeah,
Let's go.
poor Kax. Kax, what would you get them?
I only got one penalty, guys, so I think I'm on the nice list as well too. For
Knoxy was made sure she tweeted that one out then pretty quick.
Oh,
I
she
think
sure
that was
did.
Many. What would I get the refs? Oh, I don't know.
glasses? No, that'd be better.
Yeah, I don't want them to see more.
Oh, that's true.
But see
Sorry,
less,
this-
maybe some Baileys. Make some
There
mom.
you go. Good answer.
Lisa Eldridge Bailey's. I like it.
We don't
Homemade
want
Bales. Okay, what would you get your coach, Corey Chevry, for Christmas?
Corey. We want to keep her happy always. It would be like, Corey, what do you want? You can have it.
Damn. Someone wants some playing time, eh? Someone wants to stay on the ice here and make sure she...
You keep me on the first line. I'll keep you supplied
I
in
think
whatever
we
you
should
want.
put also like a bright orange suit for our games too.
Oh.
We really are owning our Harvey's team identity, and we're just adding on more and more to that.
Speaking of which, you guys probably don't have them handy. I might actually. But
I do.
can you
It's
tell
in
our
there.
listeners about the little gift that you did give to your team?
Oh, our hats. No, I think that was Lacasse and I. The one year last year we had Team Harvey's, and it was just Go Burgers. It was never Harvey's.
Look at those lids.
So yeah, we have a guy in Montreal, and it was like, hey, we need these hats. Like, we just need a clip art burger. That's all, and an orange hat.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys know this, but you guys have been kind of coined like the Burger Bunch now.
the burger bunch that was flourished last week, I think.
Yeah, it really took off.
Someone asked who started it, and then I think they said it was Rich, actually.
I think Scam said it was Rich. Take full
But
credit.
I think Jessie, you posted something, right?
I did an Instagram caption, and all of a sudden it was all over the place. So
The Burger Bunch.
Yeah, we'll probably get T-shirts or something made of that too while we're at it.
I think we should. And then to be like, don't you have some like in Barrie? There's a jersey, right? At the Harvey's.
Oh my gosh, yes. There's a Harvey's.
Tell us the story too. That's a good one.
5 minutes from my house, and last year in Montreal, they gave out free burger coupons. to the fans. So my parents, I don't know how, ended up with a little stack of them. And so my mom was like, went to Harvey's one day and walks in, and there's a Team Harvey's jersey on the wall. And she's fired up. She's like, oh my gosh, you have a jersey on the wall. Like, that's so awesome to see. This guy is probably in high school, just there to get his paycheck and go home. He goes, I have no idea what that is. My man went to one day and put that up and left. He was so heartbroken.
Oh, but I will say, and shout out to Harvey's everywhere around this area, because Vasco also said her mom saw it in the Harvey's store, and I believe it's here in Montreal.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
There's some out here too, actually. One of my coworkers, he lives out like in Elmira, which is near Waterloo, kind of.
Yeah.
And his little girls are always like Hobbies. Still have kind of soft art. We go to Hobbies, and sure enough, there's
a jersey.
Harvey's jerseys.
Trip there this week and send you a photo. But it's perfect. Yeah. But
shout out to them for
they need an Eldridge jersey now. They don't seriously need Harvey's jersey.
Turn the name around.
They need the leader of the Burger Bunch.
Seriously. Okay, one last person that you have to buy a gift to with unlimited budget. What would you buy for Kendall Coyne Schofield, the fastest skater?
I think for me, weighted equipment for her.
Yeah.
I like that.
Just too fast.
Slow the girl down.
Yeah. We need to humble her a little.
But then she removes that thing and isn't faster.
Now she's stronger.
This stuff's not coming off. I think, that's probably a gift more for me than for her.
It's a win-win, I think. She gets stronger. Yeah, and it allows us to play around or play with her on the ice. I like that.
There you go. Let us keep up.
Well, before we get to all our ticket information, Jessie, I just want to know what your plans are for over the holidays.
Yeah, well, like I said, the dog is on the IR right now, so I'm pretty much on nursing duty. But no, it's just nice to be home with family and friends and catch up with people I haven't seen in a while and try to sell our game too. I think that's a big thing on all of our family's to-do list over Christmas, but also excited. Collingwood's not too far from here too. So there was a lot of excitement from people in Barrie to be able to go see that game before the Barrie one was even announced. So it'll be an exciting couple of weeks in the New Year's for me.
Yeah, I love that. Owen Sound and Collingwood. Of course, as we mentioned, the OHL hosts the PWHPA. You can get all the links to our tickets through our December 14th press release for Barrie, Kitchener, Niagara, and Peterborough. That's February 10th to 11th. We're also headed back to Washington. Those tickets went on sale, I believe, yesterday, or December 20th. I guess this will air on Friday, so it's technically not yesterday. But regardless, we're going back to the MedStar Iceplex Arena in Washington. They were great hosts last year, so you can get your tickets if you're in the DC area. Jessie, thank you for being part of our show. And to the fans from all of us here at SDPN, we want to wish you and your family a very happy holiday. Thank you for being part of our family on the Knoxy and Kax show. We hope that the new year brings you health and happiness. May all have a safe holiday season. We'll see you guys in the new year. Thanks again, Jessie.
I love it. Thank you, Jessie. Joyeux Noël.
Oh, there you go. A little French twist.
See? I love it.
The Knoxy and Kax Show on SDPN, produced in partnership with the PWHPA and presented by Sports Interaction.
Want to bet?
Follow Knoxy and Kax on Twitter at 27Knoxy and at Karell Emard. The views expressed are those of the individuals and are not necessarily those of the PWHPA. Check out sdpn.ca for more Knoxy and Kax and the rest of the SDPN crew.
She scores!